He made a third comment, which I thought came as a surprise. He tried to bring the Prime Minister's institution into the narrow prism of the Congress party's politics by saying he may have an allergy to speak to a Dalit or a minority leader of opposition. So that just basically shows you where the Congress is coming from and what their focus is. Their focus is not Parliament. Their focus is clearly anything but Parliament, and therefore that is becoming clear. Now let's go one by one. We put it on the record.
That's what you made it in the last elections, my friend.
We appreciate the role. I did not interrupt Mr. Yashiki. I would appreciate the same courtesy.
Okay, please, Nalin, go ahead.
We did not. We appreciate. We appreciate the role played by all opposition parties who helped Parliament run well. Yes, the primary responsibility is with the government, but they also have a responsibility because they are in Parliament. Unless they believe that they don't want to be in Parliament. So when they are in Parliament and they have been such wonderful sessions where more than the work to be legislated has happened, we've seen what happened in the monsoon session. Now if we have to use that as an example to go back into history, then history is ruthless. You can't look at history only from what you would like to see. So if you have to look at history from Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, then the question of Subhash Chandra Bose, Netaji, lots of things are there. Would you ignore 1962? No. You have to assess history in totality. Would you remove Mrs. Indira Gandhi and the positive role she had in her perspective towards opposition leaders? No. So therefore, my concern is, yes, politics is going on. There will be politics. Political parties are entitled to do so. But there is one part when it comes, and when we have a track record of smooth functioning of Parliament after the new government has come in, and when all parties have collaborated, then the question has to be seen that if there was something that called for disruption, why it was taking place, and second, has the government not reached out? Mr. Venkaiah Naidu repeatedly in the last session called the Prime Minister. I'll give another example.
Not reached out.
Mrs. Sushma Swaraj.
He says the Prime Minister does not take the opposition together. His point is exactly that. That's the point he makes. And one second, Prafulla Ketkar also coming in on that. But Nalin, I'm coming back to you.
Just one last comment.
See, okay,
when
what he wants to make one last point.
She was heckled. She was heckled. Nobody heckled Mr. Rahul Gandhi when he spoke.
Who was heckled? Who was heckled?
Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, when she spoke in the last session, was not the Congress party heckling.
You're talking about Prime Minister.
Therefore, I want to hold on. I'm talking about functioning of Parliament. With regard to the Prime Minister has also given indications. The government has given indications. This is not a government where the Prime Minister's institution is divorced from the government. This is an institution of the government where the Prime Minister serves the nation with his entire team as one institution. So that model has changed over the last 10 years, Madhubhai.